Emmerdale is set to deliver a dramatic setback for Joe Tate next week, as the full scale of his ruthless blackmail scheme is revealed to his partner, Dawn Fletcher. The truth begins to surface when Barton and Robert Sugden form an unexpected partnership, setting aside their past conflicts as they work together to bring Joe down for good. Ross and Robert are determined to stop Joe, and with Ross now working as Director of Operations at Home Farm, the pair gain access to his laptop. They understand that if they can erase the incriminating footage of Victoria Sugden killing her brother in self-defense, Joe will lose his power over them. However, as they attempt to carry out their plan, they run into an obstacle. Dawn already knows Joe isn't a saint, but she has no idea how far his cruelty truly goes. At first, she is furious when she catches Ross and Robert trying to hack into Joe's laptop, but her reaction shifts when Robert reveals what Joe has done. Dawn is about to uncover just how far Joe is willing to go. The footage in question highlights how desperate Victoria was when her brother came after her, though it could still result in her facing a life sentence. Robert was prepared to do whatever it took to prevent that outcome, even working behind the backs of Kane and Moira Dingle to help Joe take control of their farm. Dawn must now come to terms with the fact that Joe exploited Victoria's situation, a mother defending herself, as part of a land-grabbing scheme. For a mother who values her family above all else, learning that Joe was willing to ruin the lives of Victoria and her son Harry just to get revenge on Robert is a shocking realization. The big question now is how Dawn will respond with this new knowledge. Trouble may also be brewing for Joe elsewhere, as Natalie J. Robb has hinted that her character Moira could seek revenge after being framed for Celia Daniels' crimes. Emmerdale's Rhona faces a stern warning next week as she finally speaks out amid her complicated love triangle. Rhona Goskirk finds herself under pressure as she tries to decide between her marriage to Moira Dingle and her past relationship with Graham Foster. The troubled vet is pushed to make a choice, but whose heart will she end up breaking? Ever since Graham reappeared earlier this year, it has been obvious that unresolved feelings remain between him and Rhona. Although she is committed to her husband, she can't stop imagining how different her life might have been if Graham had never left. After discovering his brief affair with Kim Tate, a devastated Rhona chose to refocus on Marlon and asked Graham to keep his distance. However, circumstances have brought them back into each other's orbit, and their strong connection is clear to everyone around them, including Marlon. In the latest episode, Rhona opens up about her confusion to Vanessa Woodfield, confessing that she still has deep feelings for Graham. In a newly released preview, Vanessa offers some honest advice, making sure Rhona understands the consequences of her actions. Vanessa tells her friend that she understands what it's like to learn your partner has feelings for someone else. When Rhona insists she still loves her husband, Vanessa encourages her to be open and honest, stressing the importance of full transparency. She reminds Rhona that her decision will affect her entire family and urges her to be certain of what she wants, warning that one wrong move could cost her everything. Rhona is visibly shaken as she realizes her choices could destroy the lives of Marlon and their children if she follows her lingering feelings for Graham. Although she now has a chance to reconnect with him, she must decide whether it is worth risking the stability of her family. At the same time, Marlon grows increasingly frustrated as he watches his wife drift closer to her former partner. Tired of the ongoing situation, he confronts Rhona and asks directly whether she still has feelings for Graham. Emmerdale fans believe they have figured out who is behind Graham's secret phone call, following Kim Tate being taken to hospital after a suspected poisoning. Viewers are convinced someone may be plotting against Kim after a revealing moment involving Graham Foster. Many now think they have identified the mysterious caller who could be working alongside him. In a recent episode, Kim was rushed to hospital after collapsing and choking. While it was first thought she had been poisoned, doctors later said she had taken too much of her pain medication. Although Kim wondered if it was an accident, fans know that Graham had quietly increased her dose. It seems he may have been planning to kill her, with an unknown ally supplying a stronger version of Kim's tablets, which he swapped with her regular medication. He later replaced them and told someone over the phone that his plan to remove the pain in his neck had not worked. This raises the question of whether the person on the phone is part of the scheme and helping Graham target Kim. Fans have been speculating about possible suspects. One theory points to a doctor who may be acting suspiciously and helping Graham. As a medical professional, they would have access to the medication used in the plot. However, their possible motive remains unclear. Some viewers think they could be hiding something or sharing a secret connection with Graham. Some fans believe the doctor could be involved in bullying another character, while others suggest Graham was simply speaking to a medical professional. Another group of viewers suspect Caleb due to his long-standing conflict with Kim and his connection to her late husband. His earlier actions, including serving her a drink that no one else consumed, have raised suspicions. Caleb has also crossed paths with Graham before, when Graham revealed information about his father's death and Kim's involvement, sparking a desire for revenge. This has led some to wonder if the two have teamed up again to take Kim down. Other theories suggest that Lydia and Sam could be involved, as both work for Kim and are considered close to her. However, some believe this could all be a deception, especially since Lydia stands to inherit Home Farm if Kim dies. This has led to speculation that she might be pretending to grieve while secretly plotting for power. Graham has finally addressed his connection to Jodie in Emmerdale, but the explanation has left many viewers disappointed rather than satisfied. After months of build-up and speculation, fans were expecting a major twist. Instead, the reveal has raised more questions than it answered. When Graham returned alive in Corriedale on Monday, January 5th, he was not alone. Viewers noticed an unknown woman tied up in the back of his van, instantly sparking curiosity. That woman later managed to escape during the crash after Graham became distracted by Tate's injury. He was later seen at the hospital making a call, admitting the woman had fled and stating that he was ending the arrangement. It has now been confirmed that the woman was Jodie, the sister of Rhona Platt from Coronation Street. However, the nature of their connection had remained unclear until now. Further hints were shown when Graham returned to assist Rhona. After confronting Ray, he got back into his van and told Jodie they were leaving, which led directly to the crash scene in Corriedale. Emmerdale airs on weeknights at 8 p.m. on ITV and is also available for early streaming on ITVX at 7 a.m.